And we saw a Saints draft miracle this past weekend. Mickey Loomis didn't trade any 2025 picks away. That's as close to a trade down win as we are going to get, Kevin. So I'm going to take it. Thomas, hit that intro.
Welcome to the award-winning Saints Happy Hour podcast. Seriously, this podcast has won awards. American standards are dropping every day. The show features Ralph, the best host in the world, who can barely pronounce his own name, much less anyone else's.
Marcus Callaway.
Dave is that dude who loves taking bathroom breaks. He's mad about almost anything, so make sure to lower your volume when he speaks.
Put that freaking clown meme back up that I made. Jesus Christ.
Andrew has sources, watches tapes, and knows football. He rarely shows up on time and wants to commit crimes to help the Saints win.
Sean Payton would have done illegal things. Don't tell me I'm wrong, because you know it's true.
Oh, and there's also Kevin, who is great at doing mock drafts, but struggles to actually watch Saints games or have a functioning relationship.
Budrich wants to know how the doctor's doing.
That ended.
Anyway, grab a drink, sit back, and enjoy the insanity.
All right, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Saints Happy Hour podcast. I'm Ralph Marlborough. I'm joined by Dave, Kevin, Andrew. Also, hello to everybody watching on Twitch right now. I can see Andrew's dad. I can see Jerry. I can see Ray Patrick Craman. I can see Ark Midge. Ton of people. Nola Fredo, Budrich, Bulldog Saint. Ton of people. Thanks everybody for joining us. Tonight's show, we're going to review the Saints 2020. UDFA Suns are in place. We'll preview our UDFA Sun draft a little bit. Who was the best pick? Who was the worst pick? We'll go through who had the best mocks. Plus, we're going to laugh at the Falcons. Trivia and your questions also. But before we start, remember to subscribe to Saints Happy Hour wherever you get your podcast. And I have to mention, this is our MVP contest raffle tonight. If we reach $100 in donation tonight, the MVP still gets to choose which minibar bottle from my gigantic minibar bottle booze collection I'm going to poison myself with. I got 99 proof peanut butter whiskey.
Disgusting.
And I got old smoky moonshine banana pudding. So that'll be fun.
What alcohol content is that? The banana pudding?
The banana pudding is 55 proof.
Ugh.
Sally, I need help.
Yeah, that's moonshine. I mean, that's pretty strong.
It's pretty strong.
Ooh.
So that'll be
My
gross.
chest
It looks like
burns.
It looks like
like
Pepto.
gonorrhea on a cheap
What
whore.
could go wrong?
Is it? It's pink.
It's pink, yeah.
Honestly, this is one of the first weeks where I'm like, I'm not sure which one you pick first.
Well, I don't think we should go with the pink Pepto one because then that's going to be like a nice coating on the stomach,
Yeah,
and then
it's a
he'll be
good
able
curdle.
to. Well, then no, but then he'll be able to drink anything after that.
Yeah.
I think we should save
Dave's
that
like
for
a
that.
mad scientist.
Although
when it
it's
comes to
50%, I don't know.
So also consider donating via Stream Elements by typing in !donate in the chat and click the link that appears. Twitch takes about 50% cut when you donate using bits. So this way you spend less money and it's an easier way to get me drunk. It's win-win for everybody. Tonight we are giving away the signed Deuce McCallister jersey, and we're going to do a second raffle for everybody that donated any amount. Those people 2 months for free for a patron, which is a good deal. And text to speech, the best $20 you can spend on the internet. Thomas, do we have an MVP later so far?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Saints Rabbit won not last week, but after the draft, we also did donations. And tonight, we have one new donation from your boy Alan, who subscribed.
Thank you.
Yeah, boy!
With donation message, Jeff Duncan as a whole, as always. And that's true.
Nice.
So I'm drinking Calypso lemonade and vodka. It's delicious.
Yeah.
What kind of vodka? Tito's?
No, it's like super El Cheapo.
Kevin, are you
like
doing mock drafts?
McCain.
What, like Kirkland's?
Yeah, like Kirkland's vodka.
Did you know that Kirkland's vodka is actually Grey Goose?
What?
Yeah, that's what someone told me. I don't know if it's true.
Not true. That's an old.
I mean, it's the same.
Someone can confirm that urban legend in the chat, but I was told that it's from the same factory as Grey Goose, and they just, I don't know.
I very much believe that because I think they do the same thing with like
Noel Alfredo says
their golf stuff.
Ralph's vodka comes in a plastic bottle. It does.
Well, that would be like Aristocrat.
Taka.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what are you drinking tonight, Dave?
I'm drinking Parish Brewing Brain Cake.
Damn, that's.
I'm drinking my favorite Mexican beer, Pacifico. Thomas, if you want me to elaborate, I'd be happy to.
You can.
Is Dave's microphone doing Morse code simultaneously?
Oh my god!
Yeah, I could hear it there this time.
Why is this? I don't understand why this is happening all of a sudden. Like we've been fine for like the last few weeks.
Why is this quality so bad? It does not sound like this on his phone.
God, I
Why
hate
is
to
that
hear
quality
that.
so
I
terrible? It does not
hate
sound
to
like
hear
that on my
that.
phone.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta say, I like. Is it evil? Is it
Interception! Matt Ryan!
We're never trading down. Suck it, Kevin.
Damn, thanks for $20 tip. Wild Fredo 2 for the first time ever, I think. Welcome to the Saints Happy Hour.
nice?
Wow.
The new leader.
What I was gonna say is that, and maybe this is evil of me. It's mean, but Dave had horrific audio for the longest time. In fact, it was so bad for numerous years on this podcast that it was like,
How bad was it?
Yeah, shocking, Dave. Your audio sucks again. And then it flipped like a switch. Like he got fiber internet. Something happened in his house.
The
I did
Mirage.
get fiber internet.
Not surprisingly, in quintessential Dave style, classic. The flip switches, and he immediately gets arrogant about his audio. He like it turned from like embarrassment and shame and self-consciousness to immediately like, what's wrong with your audio, Juge? What's wrong with your audio, Ralph? Like mine's always perfect. You know, it was just like he would constantly like all perspective was immediately lost, and he was throwing in our face how bad our audio is. So I actually relish the moments where Dave has technical difficulties. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, it was. So the Saints continued the Dave Cariello do nothing exciting and plan for the future off season. Sure, Mickey traded up to drink some Kool-Aid. Drink the Kool-Aid. But the 2025 draft is intact, Kevin. And if Brock Bowers had fallen to 14, Sean McVay was prepared to godfather Loomis to trade down. So let's start there, Dave. Give me your overall thoughts on the Saints draft.
Overall thoughts. You know,
and you know, if you're in the live stream right now, or if you watch later on YouTube, we have a nice little graphic that Thomas has up of all 7 players right now.
I love the Fuaga pick. That was great. The draft just came to us perfectly. I like the Kool-Aid pick. I can't say I'm crazy about the Rattler pick. I don't know if I understand that. I also kind of feel like
would you have preferred TJ Tampa over Kool-Aid, Dave?
No, not over Kool-Aid.
TJ Tampa.
Who I might have preferred, like, is if you're gonna go with a guy like Rattler at quarterback, I feel like might as well go with Pratt at that point. So I just feel like we could have had Pratt.
What a freaking homer comment! My God,
could have had Pratt.
The thing is,
otherwise, like also like they traded up once, whatever, twice. But I mean, they got
just once.
Okay.
They just burned 2 picks to do it.
Yeah. But they got 7 players, so I'm pretty happy about that. For the Saints, that's
a lot of players.
Yeah, that's a fairly robust draft class. So
robust.
So you know, and I mean, look, they got all kinds of. They got 2 offensive tackles. They got help at wide receiver, they linebacker, defense, the cornerback. I mean, they got help at a lot of different places.
I don't know that
they got guys.
I wouldn't say they got help.
I'm not blown away by it, but
I would say they got potential interesting dudes. But like Kool-Aid and Fuaga,
and like we were also talking, and like Kevin was happy about, like they did not give away any future assets. So next year's looking good. Overall,
interception! Matt Ryan!
gonna be drinking something
Just
disgusting.
drink the Kool-Aid.
You know, the other thing too is I'm looking.
Another 20 buckaroos from White Fredo. Damn, thanks.
you,
Also,
Fredo.
thanks to White Fredo
Wild
for
Fredo
subscribing.
is going nuts.
Yeah.
here.
Also, thanks to White Fredo for subscribing for the first time, and to Tiger Jet for 2 months sub for donation message. Hootie who that friends.
So Wild Fredo and Nola Fredo are different people, right?
Yeah, I just asked that
This
in
is
the
gonna
chat.
get confusing.
I just
I know,
asked
this
that in the
is
chat,
really
they
throwing me off
related.
my game.
Or is it like Harvey?
one has a goatee, the other one doesn't.
Is it like Harvey Two-Face from Batman? It's the same. It's the same
Can you
person.
put the graphic back up, Thomas?
Yeah, I just wanted to show the donation.
Oh
Kevin,
yeah,
Kevin,
Yeah,
I
no,
think
so.
$45 away.
Oh, go ahead. You were gonna ask Kevin. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, Kevin. Besides the Kool-Aid pick, I think my favorite thing about the Saints draft is they drafted a defensive tackle, Christian Boyd, in the 6th round that has better run stuffing metrics and pass rushing metrics than the Falcons did in round 2 for a guy they traded up for. That made me really happy. Kevin, I know you were disappointed that the Kool-Aid trade up freaked me and you out, but they ended up not doing what we feared they were going to do the rest of the draft.
Before Kevin goes on, and I'm sure there's going to be a rant coming here. So before he goes on that rant, I just wanted to make one other point, or maybe even pose a question to you guys, because I've just looked up the numbers here. Are the Saints getting away from the whole Raz thing? Because Spencer Rattler's got a 2-point-something Raz score. Christian Boyd, the guy that you said,
That's right, he did.
Has a 4.63 Raz score. Kool-Aid has a 7-point-something Raz score.
Means is a Raz god though.
Yeah.
Okay, but my question still stands. Like, are we noticing? Yeah, do we feel like they're kind of backing off of that whole Raz thing? What do you guys think? Is this evident?
Potentially? Yeah. I mean, I think Dave. I think with Trevor Penalty, they went a little too far. They went a little too deep in the Raz, and they had
got burned.
They got to like pull it back. They went like too far into the Raz, and they had to pull it back. I think that's a fair.
And
point.
so.
Remember though, Kool-Aid ran. His time was bad. He's got a Jones fracture in his foot, and he still
It really
ran
wasn't that bad considering
he had a Jones fracture in his foot.
he was a sub 4.5.
It was a sub 4.5. Like if his foot heals correctly, he'll probably be fine. But knowing that he's a Saint, his foot will fall off.
Well, and this isn't why I brought this up, but I'm just realizing it now. I seem to remember me saying Raz wasn't that important, and you guys really getting on me. I feel like maybe I was ahead of my time, and maybe I was right, and you guys were all wrong.
Well, here we go.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Right.
But anyway, I just wanted to mention the Raz thing. Just wanted to mention.
All right, let's get Kevin's rant now.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't think it's going to be much of a rant. I really don't.
Why?
Because I feel like I got most of it out on night 2, and then a little bit extra on the Saturday show that Ralph and I did.
Yeah.
Like I'm disappointed. I was disappointed with the trade up, and then to go to like sit and wait. Okay, but then to not grab another tackle until the very end, until the near Mr. Irrelevant pick, like, hey, maybe this guy turns out to be the Marcus Colston of offensive tackles, and he turns out to be like a 10-year guy, and he's super reliable and a very solid hand.
Are you guys picking up on vibes that Kevin is like a little depressed after the
game? Definitely, man.
I mean, I just pulled up our text from
Kevin's just
weekend.
a little low energy, like maybe hating himself a little bit.
Kevin said this is on Saturday afternoon. He called the Saints an unserious organization.
Right.
Yeah, I stand
back to the text.
by that.
Here's the
I
thing,
stand by that.
I was a little Andrew,
Kevin, how many hotlines have you called since the draft?
None, surprisingly.
I have to say this. Go ahead.
Yeah.
No, I was going to say, I've been a little melancholy, Kevin, because I've been thinking a lot. The Saints apparently and the Rams had a deal ready to go, ready to roll at 14.
No way.
Why you got to choose violence, Ralph? Why you got to cut him so
If
deep?
Brock Bowers was there. So I just keep thinking, like, the Rams went ridiculous to trade up in the round 2 with Carolina. Like, Lord knows what they were offering Loomis for Bowers. And I just keep thinking, like, it was so close. It was we were literally as close as we ever going to get. And like but on the flip side of that, Andrew, it makes me happy because the Saints, to me, this draft proved they clearly understand where they are. That the mortgage the future, burn future assets for now, the salary cap, that's over. And Dave, you got your wish. You got yours.
Well, I mean, they still traded up, right? They still traded up to get Kool-Aid. So I think there are scenarios where they will look at the value. And Thomas, do you mind putting up the graphic again with all the picks? But, you know, so you look at Kool-Aid, and I think he came at a spot where they were like, okay, if we move up a few picks, he's like a first round grade for us. You know, he's in the let's say mid 20s. I don't know what he was on their board, but I know he was a first round grade for them. And so, you know, let's say he was like
had him in the mid 20s.
He was like 21, and the next guy is like 46. And for them, it's like, okay, we're looking at a 25 player discrepancy. So let's burn 2 5th-round picks and move up to get this guy. And if we're being true to our board, then he's 25 players better than the next guy we will get if we stand pat. And so, you know, look, Ralph, we were talking about this before the show. It's like, I still support the Saints methodology because, like, why else? Like, if you don't trust the work that you're putting in, and it's not to say that they're always right, and of course we're going to bang on them for getting it wrong, but it's like, if you're going to put all this time into evaluating players, you got to believe in your process, and you got to believe that, you know, if this guy's available, like, sometimes it's worth it to go get them compared to what's left. And I just look at these picks, like, and it's kind of like common sense. Like, I would say it's not common sense, but it's like if you look at the masses, most people would tell you that Fuaga at 14, McKinstry in the 2nd round, Rattler in the 5th round, Bub Memes in the 5th round, Ford in the 5th round. Like, they're not, none of these, the Saints aren't being accused of reach picks with any of these. The consensus is that these are all tremendous value picks. Yeah. And now you can start to talk about, it's a little scary that people are actually giving the Saints praise with these picks. Like, we're used to people saying, "Oh, that's a reach," or the Saints were way too aggressive getting this player. Well, for whatever reason this year, everyone's like, "Yeah, the Saints kind of nailed this," and we don't trust the nerds. So on some level, that makes me nervous. But the flip side is no one is banging on the Saints saying, like, "Yeah, like they got too aggressive to go get this guy." Everyone's kind of like, considering where they were slotted, the guy they picked was tremendous value. And that's been a consistent theme throughout this draft. So, and then I'll take this a step further. If you look at the positions, tackle, defensive tackle, linebacker, quarterback, receiver, cornerback, they hit pretty much most of their needs. They're going to need to do some stuff in free agency, but I like the spread of positions. And then the last thing I'll say is that obviously your
spread position.
Your picks in the 1st and 2nd round in a draft like this are going to be the most important. And I'll reiterate. I don't know how many people listening to this now have listened to what I said post draft or what I said the previous week. So I'll just reiterate. I have been told by a number of people that Fuaga was their number 1 rated tackle, that he was the best. And then there's a lot of other sound bites about Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas of LSU saying that McKinstry was the best cornerback they faced in college. And I mean, these are guys that had 1,000 yards. They're both first round picks. They went to LSU, put up great numbers. Spencer Rattler, I mean, let's talk about backup quarterback for a second. You've got Jake Haener, who's basically like being handed the job, right? He's battling with Kellen Mond and Nathan Peterman. I mean, we're in big trouble if he doesn't win the backup job.
He's just there for the looks only.
Well, here's my question.
But look, Rattler 2 years ago at Oklahoma, people were talking about him like he was going to be a top 10 pick.
Yeah.
So I know like his career changed course and everything, but I'm just saying at certain points, these guys were. I mean, there's a lot of clout that follows these players.
Rattler was a 5-star high school player of the year, but Kevin, the Rattler pick made me truly realize and appreciate how much Saints Twitter hates Derek Carr. Like the Saints drafted a 5th round quarterback who failed basically or underachieved at 2 schools. And people are already putting the anointing oils on him because of like 4 throws he made against Georgia in the first half. By the way, a game South Carolina lost. So that was the most interesting, like the depth to where people just want Derek Carr up out of here. Like, I don't know, like put a percentage on it, however you feel about it. If it's 30%, 40% of social people on social media. But like the excitement that people felt about Spencer Rattler, like,
yeah, I agree, Ralph. It was a little over the top.
It was, but
what's the difference between Haener and Rattler? Haener was drafted in the 4th round. Haener was a higher draft pick than Rattler.
Haener's like more sexy.
Have you seen Haener's pictures? Sexiness?
No. I'm. That's what I'm saying. Like people, I feel like people are excited about like. I don't know if
Rattler just.
Whatever you feel about the Rattler pick, you should also feel about the Haener pick. Like, if you like the Rattler pick, then you should have liked the Haener pick. If you hate the Rattler pick, then you should have hated the Haener pick.
I think Rattler kind of comes with more credentials.
Yeah.
Honestly. I know he was around later, so, like, I get your point, Dave. It's like apples to apples. Why would you like Haener more? Why would you like Rattler more? But Rattler was way more high profile in college. Higher.
Somebody said Spencer Rattler looks like the guy who was going to be cast as Patrick Mahomes in the Travis Kelce Taylor Swift movie. Which
Haener was the quarterback of Notre Dame, wasn't he?
No, he's Fresno State.
Oh.
Well, you sound knowledgeable.
But no, who was the guy? Who did we have from Notre Dame?
Ian Book.
Quarterback. Oh yeah,
you wrote a song about him, Dave. Jesus,
terrible. I don't like that on his phone.
Here, somebody in the chat asked, "Are we worried about how the Saints are going to go about quarterback evaluation?" That's a great question, Olafredo. Because Kevin, they got 5 guys at quarterback. Like, how are you going to get them snap? How are you going to get all these guys?
Well, let's hurry up and cut Kellen Mond because that can't come fast enough. And
right,
let's go ahead and cut Nathan Peterman in short order afterwards.
There's a tweet, Ralph.
Oh yeah.
I'll be honest, guys. Like, at least for this season, you get to a point where if all hope is lost, obviously you play Haener, you play Rattler, like you see what the young kids have. But in a scenario where the Saints, let's say, are 6-4. And obviously, I don't know how realistic this is, but let's just say, play along with me here. The Saints are 6-4, and I mean, look, in a perfect world, you cut Peterman, you cut Mond, and so you have Rattler and Haener on your roster, and whoever's second or third, like you let that play out in preseason, you figure that out. But if the Saints are 6-4 and Carr goes down, and let's say the Saints are tied for the division lead with the Falcons at that point. They're both 6-4. I'm turning to Taysom. I'm going to Taysom Hill at quarterback.
Right.
And I'm like, I would eventually go to the rookies.
Veteran.
Like if the season's lost, then now, okay, it becomes about evaluating guys and giving them a chance. Of course, then I would turn to the rookies, but the Saints quarterback room and the roster that they have, it's interesting in the sense that Taysom is still there. He still has these capabilities as an athlete, and I would turn him loose in a scenario like that.
Well, that's
So what?
interesting.
The issue with Rattler was that scouts and coaches didn't like how he looked on this show that
That's
they
right. He
recorded
did
when he
like
was in high school.
Yeah. 'Cause
When you
scouts and
when you
coaches
say
are-
looked, what do you mean by that?
I
Like
mean,
the way he
had a
presented
bad-
himself,
He had
the
a
way he
bad
came off.
attitude. He's kind of a jerk.
But this was in
Yeah.
high school. This wasn't a show about college. This was filmed, 4 or 5 years ago.
So I
Wait,
think
what?
so I think you're pointing to some character concerns which are out there.
But the South Carolina coach shot those down. But Kevin, the one thing
He was 17. Like everybody's an
Yeah.
idiot, an asshole when they're 17. Like I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. Like,
yeah.
people
No,
change in
I'm
college.
pretty sure Drew Brees was a choir boy at 17.
Well,
Just to play devil's advocate.
yeah, well, not everybody can be Drew Brees. But Kevin,
Well, I'm sure Derek. You know what? If you want to play that, I'm sure Derek Carr was.
Yeah. I bet you Derek Carr never
nice
said
guy,
a
but
crossword to his parents not one time. I'm just saying. I bet Max has been ruder to me in the last 2 hours than Derek Carr has ever been to his parents.
I don't know. Look, like
saying.
there is no and look, I don't know Granderson
You got that, Joe?
personally.
Get him.
I don't know Granderson personally, other than he's my UDFA son. Other than he has meals at my house and sleeps in a bedroom, and all that. But at my house, but no one came to the Saints with a more checkered and concerning background than Granderson. I mean, and he's now gotten a second contract.
Yeah.
Is it a third, Ralph? Has he gotten a third contract?
No, it's second.
It's second.
No, you're right. He got a third because
I think he got a 1-year deal and then he got another deal after that. So
yeah, this is his third
So
contract,
he's now gotten 3 contracts from the Saints, and I mean he's stayed out of trouble. I don't know how good of a person he is, but Granderson stayed out of trouble. You don't hear too much about him from his teammates and the staff in terms of like what kind of character guy he is. But the point I'm making is I'm not going to crucify Rattler for something he did when he was 17. I don't care because I've seen players come into the Saints organization with way worse track records like Granderson. And at least so far, Granderson's been fine.
Yeah. And the one thing I'll say about Rattler, Kevin, is, and you can probably back me up on this. I can't remember the last time the Saints drafted a quarterback with his kind of elite physical skills. Like, say what you want about Rattler. Like, that dude can throw it.
Yes.
Right? When was the last time the Saints drafted a quarterback that wasn't about, like, he's a leader and he's a good guy and he's smart and he can read a defense? Like, at least Rattler's like got physical skills. When was the last time the Saints drafted a quarterback, Kevin? Can you think of a guy that we were like, oh, he's got he's got talent?
Mike Buck had a freaking cannon. I mean, he sucked, but I'm just saying, like, his arm was nasty.
Yeah. Basically like Jamarcus Russell.
I mean, who had a better career, Mike Buck or Jamarcus Russell? Discuss in the chat.
Probably Jamarcus, honestly.
Wow.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So, Kevin, give me your favorite pick of the draft from the Saints made.
I mean, it's got to be the first one. I mean, it's got to be Flaga. It's got to be the tribal chief.
Flaga.
It's got to be the one-man Samoan SWAT team. Like me and you came in here on night one, and we were happy. We were giddy, not only because they didn't trade up, but because they took a huge step toward addressing their most glaring need.
Yeah.
And they got a guy that was highly touted.
Yeah.
And skilled, and everything Jude is saying just backs that up. It's like the team has high hopes for him, so it was great. And then just from there, for me, everything just went into a nosedive, like the Ultimate Warrior just grabbed the controls and just took the plane into a nosedive toward parts unknown, and it was just disappointing. So I got to say Flaga. I know that's the chalk answer. But yeah,
it is what it is. Did somebody send? Did we get you a ring light yet? Where is it? Did it not come?
Oh yeah, you should have a ring.
Yeah,
It's
I've got
on?
the ring light on. Yeah.
Jesus.
I should
Can we
have
get
seen
you
it.
another
Kind
ring
of
light?
dark.
And can
You
you
want
turn it off? Can we see how bad it looks without? Okay. Okay.
much
Fair enough. Turn it back on.
I mean,
You want it much brighter?
No, that's good.
Now
That's
it looks
good.
better, I think.
Yeah, it
Actually,
looks better
it
now.
actually
Look at
looks
my
much
goddamn
better.
head. You can see,
No, but
Yeah.
it seems
It's
better
dark
now than
in
it did
here.
before you turned it off.
Yeah.
Does it like lose power? Is it battery? Is it
No,
lose
it's plugged
power
into my
over time?
monitor.
You should put it on the other side, Kevin. On your left
Put it on
side.
the other side?
Yeah, on your left side, yeah.
All right, hang on.
So before Andrew and Dave give their favorite picks, I'm gonna give mine. I should have sent Thomas this tweet that I found that I retweeted, but
yeah,
my favorite pick
I'm
is
gonna set it up, don't worry.
Kool-Aid McKinstry, because the Saints since 2015 they haven't really missed on corner or safety except for a couple of picks.
Yeah.
And partially one of the picks they missed on Natrell Jameson, he came on this podcast and we probably ruined him. So like, partially it's probably our fault. And Cam Moore.
What about Damian Swan?
David, he had some interceptions.
What
for the
about
Saints.
Cam Moore. I don't even
SGB?
remember Cam Moore.
I mean, Stanley Jean-Baptiste, but that's pre Dennis Allen return. I mean, since 2015, since Dennis Allen's been back, this is a murderer's row at corner. So
It's
like,
pretty good.
And if you can't see the list, it's PJ Williams, Von Bell, Marcus Williams, Lattimore, Natrell Jameson, Cam Moore, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, Paulson Adebo, Alante Taylor, Jordan Howden, and now Kool-Aid McKinstry. I mean, this list really is insane.
Yeah, those are good.
It's nuts.
yeah. I mean, if you take out 2015, 24, if you take out 2014 and you just do it since Dennis Allen returned, it's 8 out of 10 or 8 out of 12 or 8 out of 10 hits. Like
Dennis Allen is
and
the
the misses
cornerback.
are like Jameson and Cam Moore, who are 5th and 6th round picks.
yeah.
You know,
Dennis Allen is to cornerbacks what Sean Payton was to small scatbacks, running backs.
that's what Traveris Cadet said.
Yeah. Look, there's a miss or two on that list too. All right.
Yeah.
No, I mean I'm half kidding, but no, Cadet was a great
returned.
acquisition when you consider he went to freaking App State, was undrafted. I mean, he contributed. You know, he made plays,
Dave,
scored touchdowns.
Your favorite pick, Dave?
I think I'm well. It's got to be one of the top two. Like I don't really know enough about the other two guys. If I knew like some funny story about one of these last guys in the late round, that would make me love them. I would, maybe I would pick them. But Kool-Aid, obviously, awesome name. I'm going to enjoy this for a while. And
He did go to Alabama though. That's kind
I know. I'm not gonna do that. No, I don't really care about LSU, but I still don't really love Alabama. And Ralph, like you said, he's probably going to be great. Nick Saban loves him. But like Kevin said, Fuaga, I think that fills the biggest need and makes the biggest difference. So I'd probably go with that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you're like expecting me to say, "Oh, I'm going with Bub Means" because he is a Raz god. You know, he's the 9.5 Raz. I am excited about Bub Memes, and I'm excited to see what he's going to do. But yeah, Fuaga's got to be the pick here. And look, this draft was interesting in the sense that obviously 6 quarterbacks went in the first 12 picks, which was the most ever in the first 12 picks. And I don't think we saw Penix and Bo Nix and JJ McCarthy. I mean, we sensed that maybe McCarthy could go before the Saints pick, but I really didn't have Nix and Penix going on my bingo card. And Nix to the Broncos was something that was rumored, and I remember thinking like, well, man, wouldn't that be awesome? Because it just pushes talent down the board. But the weird thing about this draft is that I feel like even though 6 quarterbacks went in the top 12, the guys that were available to the Saints at 14 were kind of what we were seeing consistently in mock drafts. Nonetheless,
strange. It was very
it was strange in the sense that you would have thought we would have had a surprise guy at 14 where it's like, oh shit, maybe this is too good to pass up. But like Adunze was gone. Marvin Harrison Jr. was gone. Malik Neighbors was gone. Bowers was gone. So like these guys that you would have been intrigued by and said, ooh, maybe we don't. It was also a surprise to see JC Latham go so early. And so there was a lot of surprises, but then when you got to the Saints at 14, I felt like it was a lot of the customary usual suspects that we were seeing in these mocks.
Because what it was, Andrew, was no defense. We didn't foresee no defensive players getting picked that. Like we didn't mock six. We didn't mock
maybe a pass rusher, maybe a couple corners. I
figured Dallas Turner and at least one of the corners was going to go.
Right.
And
it just didn't happen.
The Saints could have had any defensive player they wanted, which was surprising. Which brings me to my next point: is what is the pick that you really didn't like? I'll start. There weren't any picks that I didn't like because there wasn't anybody because the Saints went so long without picking. It wasn't like there was guys that got picked in the third and fourth round, and then the Saints, they either passed on them or they didn't quite get there. Like it was such a long wait. I wouldn't say that I hate this pick, but the Jalen Ford pick at linebacker is really, really interesting to me just because he is a guy that he's going to make this. If he makes the Saints, it's going to be because he can cover. And to me, that's just interesting. And that linebacker has totally gone away from you got to be tough against the run. You got to be big. You got to be thick. You got to be able to now, linebacker, if you can't cover, you have no shot in the NFL in 2024. So I don't want to say I hate the pick, but the Jalen Ford pick to me is just really interesting because Demario Davis is 1,000 years old and Pete Werner was kind of awful last year. So there is a path for him to make the squad, even though they signed Gay in free agency and they signed that other linebacker from Washington. I forget his name. He's really interesting. That pick, it surprised me because of what the few things the Saints had done in free agency. Picking a linebacker in round 5 kind of did surprise me a little bit. Kevin, the pick you hated or were surprised by?
No. We can go with hated. I'm gonna say Spencer Rattler. I just the Saints decided not to try and trade up, which again, I know that sounds weird, me saying not trading up. Okay, so you decide not to trade up, so you stand pat and you wait until 150, and you take a quarterback. I get that Spencer Rattler is the quote-unquote value pick, but again, unless Spencer Rattler's going to put on 100 pounds and suddenly try and play offensive line, I don't understand the vision. They had the Texas kid, Christian Jones was still on the board. I'm looking at it right now. He, where the hell? I just missed him. He ended up going 12 picks later to the Cardinals. And I'm just you tackle and O-line that was the thing. That was the thing. And instead, we're buckshotting it all over the place and just grabbing these random things. And I don't know. I would have grabbed another tackle.
You would, yeah. You want more guys in the mix,
right? Especially again, I refer you to the depth chart in which people are saying, "Boy, I hope the Saints bring Ruiz back."
Andres Pete.
Andres, whatever. Yeah. I'm annoyed. Sorry.
His name is
I hope they. Well, I hope Ruiz plays well. I hope they bring Andres Pete back. I hope Trevor Penning somehow wakes up in year 2,
3.
But it's just This is why in most of my mock drafts, I kept going after the O-line. It was O-line. Like if I feel like Luke Russert or I want to have a little whiteboard where I can just say O-line, O-line, O-line. That's all. That's all.
Andrew, pick you hated.
I mean, look, I agree with Kevin that Spencer Rattler was definitely the most surprising, and I had the biggest eyebrow raise, right? I think that's probably true for all of us. We saw Rattler get picked and we were like, whoa. But then, it started to make sense to me the more I thought about it. I mean, first of all, I love a quarterback room with more youth and talent, just in general. And Jameis Winston's gone, Andy Dalton's gone. Like we don't really have the veteran presence in the room anymore. And so, I mean, I know that like 90% of the fan base seems to think that Derek Carr is the worst quarterback ever, but I actually think Derek Carr is a good dude. I think he's a good teacher. I think he's a decent quarterback, and I like the idea that it's not just being handed to Haener, where he's like, congrats, you're the backup. Because, like, to me, when Nathan Peterman and Kellen Mond are on the roster, like, you're basically saying, congrats, Jake, you're the backup. And now you bring in a rookie with some talent, and they're both young, and they're both learning from Derek Carr, who I think is going to be a good mentor to those guys. And I like that this quarterback room is expanded with youthful talent, and that these guys are going to be able to battle up where it's not just like, Jameis is gone, the job's yours now. So I like that. Honestly, like, I don't hate any of these picks. Like, there's not one where I look at it and I'm like, man, what are they doing? And sure, like, there's probably like a guy you could mention and, hey, I would prefer this guy over this guy. But I mean, once
they didn't go off the reserve, they didn't do a Rick Leonard.
Once you're getting into the 5th round, you're grasping at straws, right? So it's just like, we'll see what happens. Just going back to the Raz thing real quick, I was surprised to see a defensive tackle that was in the 4s.
Yeah.
I was surprised to see quarterback is different, because I feel like with Grayson and Ian Book, like, I feel like their evaluation of quarterbacks have been different from the Raz stuff in the past. But I mean, I'll even say with Kool-Aid McKinstry, 5'10". He's not the prototype corner. Like, they've always been with PJ Williams and whatever, like Damian Swan, all these guys. Like, it's always been like, give me a corner that's 6'1", 6'2", 210 pounds. They can play the run. And McKinstry does not fit that profile. Now, McKinstry is actually a very physical, tough run defender, despite being 5'10", and he's...
The guy's nickname is Kool-Aid. Can you use it as much as possible? Stop calling him by his last name. Use it.
Yeah, sorry. My apologies.
Badru says he's 6 foot.
Okay, whatever. But my point is, Kool-Aid is not, from a size point of view, what was he, Raz? He was below 8, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So once again, doesn't fit the prototypical profile of what the Saints have gone after at that position. But, like, to me, that's one where I'm like, I'm really glad they deviated, because I think Kool-Aid's an amazing player. So I'm not bent out of shape about this, but I will say the pivot is surprising.
Yeah,
I kind of feel like I was right about this Raz thing the whole time.
Oppenheimer says he's 5'11 and a half, according to the combine, which we know they lie.
He's half. He's 5'11.
He's not wearing lift loafers like Nick Saban does. Okay, like we're fighting over, like,
he's got to wear those Hokas with the big thick heels.
Oppenheimer does say that he's 6'10 on Tinder, for what it's worth.
So Thomas,
standing up or laying down.
Give us a donation update, Thomas, before we get to our
donation update. Not enough. Give more.
Well, it's been a while since last
where's
donation.
The support, guys? Do we want to see Ralph drink?
$55.
What's going on here?
We had 55 out of 100. Wild Fredo is still in the lead with $45 only. Your boy on second place, $5 Buckaroos with Tiger Jet 21. $5. Yes.
All right. So
By the way, we are on a 38-week streak, so let's keep it that way, guys. Let's hit the 39 week.
So we're not doing the UDFA Sun Draft tonight.
Why not?
Oh, deception! Matt Ryan!
I'm just kidding.
6,212 days and counting since the Saints last trade down. Long live the streak. Sorry, Kevin.
Allen, 50 buckaroos!
So what do we want to do? Do we want to
Deception!
Oh, shit!
Matt Ryan!
The Falcons draft still sucked more than everyone else.
Win the Cavalier 28.3, so we are almost at the second goal.
Wow. So what are we doing here? We doing
Boy Allen. Which one do you want?
Old Smoky Moonshine.
Thank you guys, by the way.
Or thank you. Or peanut butter whiskey.
Deception!
Wow.
Oh shit! Maybe both.
How about 2 shots at once?
Andrew, we are less than 20 buckaroos away from Ralph drinking both at the same time. Let's give them some time.
So what's he want? Does he want peanut butter? Or
Well, hold on. How far are we, Thomas?
Less than 20. Less than 20.
Less than
19.
$20. Like, let's just make Ralph take both of these at the same time. I think we hold out and force Ralph to drink both of these.
Damn, it's gonna be bad.
$18.40.
So I'm gonna
Get ready, Ralph.
Yeah,
I
get
have a
ready.
feeling it's coming.
I have a feeling it's about to drop. $18.40.
So
That's
I do
nothing.
both at the same time?
No, like back to back, Chief.
Oh, okay.
Well, first of all, we need an extra.
$18.40.
Okay. So let's start. I'll wait and we'll see if we get it. So Thomas did this amazing graphic. It was called Mock versus Reality, where he took.
So you don't want to do the UDFA?
Oh yeah, let's do the
We're there.
Do it.
Easily, we're there.
Oh, deception!
Oh my God! Here we
Take him
Okay,
down.
so I'm gonna
All right,
do.
now what do you mean at the same time? Like,
No, I'm gonna do
You're gonna
back
do
to
one and then the other, or
Yeah,
you're gonna mix them together in the
No,
same.
I'm gonna do one and then the other. So I'm gonna.
All right, hold on. The only thing I was gonna say was, Thomas, I feel like we didn't hear what the statements were.
I don't know if there were statements. I think they just wanted to get their money in. So
There
Ralph
were
could drink.
Wild Trader with 20 buckaroos said, take him down, Ralph, and who that golf at the same time, 20 buckaroos with do it.
Do it. All right.
So I
So
just
I'm
do it.
gonna do the peanut butter whiskey first, and I'm gonna follow it by the moonshine, Dave, so that it doesn't coat my stomach. And to be fair, you're a scientist, so I'll do the peanut butter whiskey first. So here we go.
Oh my gosh, this is crazy.
All right.
Because
Hold
I
on.
love
Rate
it.
that
Give
real
us a
quick.
number.
Rate that. Before you go to the next one, rate it.
Number.
8.
8. Okay. He says 8.
Okay.
Ugh.
Oh, he hesitated on that.
Yeah.
His son's just off camera, like,
Hey, Sally, I need assistance.
How we doing, Ralph?
Oh, the moonshine is just it's really gross.
Yeah.
What would you rate that at?
And then he's washing it down with more booze. I love that. That's my favorite thing. He doesn't even have he doesn't have water nearby, a Powerade, a Gatorade. The only thing he has to wash down the 2 shots of 40, 80 proof alcohol is more booze.
He's a professional, man.
But
No
hair of the
Tums.
dog.
What's
me the rating,
score
give
on
me
the
the rating,
moonshine,
Ralph.
Ralph?
The
Rating.
moonshine is a 9. I feel like this is the moonshine like that I got a really long time ago because it was in the back. And it was like really thick and chalky. Like it may have
That's what
gone
she
bad.
said.
It may
Sally,
have
I need
gone
help.
bad. It's really bad. Sally's not giving me any help. I think the
God,
Astros
it's
are
so bad.
falling apart. I could die and she wouldn't care.
You know what, guys? We are less than $80 away from furthering, by the way.
Uh-oh. Go get that third shot ready, Ralph.
Noel Alfredo says the banana moonshine isn't bad. I beg to differ. Noel
He also
Alfredo.
says He also says puking is on the table, kids.
Toilet moonshine. That would be a good. Moonshine is poison.
9.5.
So
All right,
it's
so
bad.
let's look at our drafts.
Let's look at the drafts. Mock versus reality.
I like when we do this fun stuff.
So Thomas, who are you gonna put up first?
Let's go with the best one with
Okay.
the mock draft
Spoiler
aficionado,
Kevin.
Kevin.
I mean, Kevin nailed it.
Okay, so on the left is who Kevin picked.
Yeah.
At the position he picked it at, and then
Number, yeah.
And then
on the right is where they were
went.
picked.
Is
So
reality.
he picked Olu Fashanu at 17, but he really got picked at 11.
Correct.
Well, isn't this draft like basically Kevin's reality is complete bullshit because these guys always go earlier than Kevin picks them?
No. I mean,
yeah.
But that
Fashanu went 11. He said 17. Polk
Yeah,
went 37. He
everybody
said
went
35.
higher.
He was able to get Fashanu at 17. Like
Yeah.
in his mock draft. Like
It's a steal.
For some reason, somehow he was
All
able
of them
to still
all
get
of them are
I'm
steals.
just saying clearly it was unrealistic.
I think the only pick that he really was the one he picked at 116, and the guy for the Colts went at 79. That's a wide berth of difference.
Yeah, but I guess Kevin had the wherewithal to pick the guys when they fell to him.
Right.
Yeah.
So from a value standpoint, he was clearly on point.
Also, we're using different.
When is the trash Matt Ryan retirement worst sack bracket?
Damn, thanks. Andrew's dad for 20.3.
Thank you.
Ralph, you're in trouble.
I
You
am
might
in
need to
trouble.
go get that shot.
Go get the Malta boot.
Malta boot.
Yeah, well, also not fair is that all of us use different freaking platforms, and because Ralph, you lied and you used some other platform.
Yeah, Ralph cheated. That's
I-
crazy.
yeah,
Well,
I
I
heard
didn't
that.
use any platform.
It's like when Ralph is like with trivia. He's like, "Well, is it this? Is it this?" And then he quickly Googles off the side, and he's like, "No, I think it's this." And then he has the right answer.
The truth.
Well,
the truth is, Max did my draft. I'm not gonna lie. It's like let's pick some names out of a hat, kid.
And then, well, Andrew, you didn't use what did you use for your
I used what did I use? Pro Football Talk.
Pro Football
No.
Talk? No, no, you definitely did not use Pro Football.
Pro Football Nation.
Oh yeah. So Thomas, which one's
see?
next?
Which one you want? I think we should do.
All right. So anyway,
Andrew's-
so
Andrew's next.
Kevin made 5 picks, and all the picks that he made, he got.
I think
the
Kevin's the
guys-
winner.
the
Kevin's the
guys-
winner.
Yeah, they were
wound up going
drafted
20
earlier
yards.
than Kevin
Yeah,
picked
20
them.
Yeah, let's go to mine, Thomas. This
20
should be
position.
fun.
No, let's go to Andrew's. I'm the
All
winner.
right, we'll go to Andrews.
Oh my gosh, am I going to be last?
No, you're not. You're not, Dave.
Oh well, that's right.
All
I
right.
forgot Ralph's.
All right.
So I picked a Dunze at 14. He ended up going at 9.
Mm-hmm.
I picked the BYU tackle Kingsley at 40. He went
Suamatea.
31. I picked Mason McCormick at 130. He went 119.
Mm-hmm.
I picked Isaac Guerrero. That was the running back from Louisville.
Rando.
I picked him 170. He went 129. And then I picked Gabe Hall at 175. He was undrafted. So that was kind of the one
You fucked up once.
horrendous pick that I made. I think that was a high Raz pick. I wonder why.
I think the last two are the ones that I think the last two would be the dings against you, but the I think the McCormick pick and the Swamatea pick
Right.
were like pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I thought I did pretty good.
Yeah,
The last
pretty
pick,
good.
obviously, at 175, I picked a guy that was undrafted, so that's not good.
So you going Dave next or me, Thomas?
No, Ralph.
We can go Dave.
Oh,
Let's go,
God.
Dave.
Oh man.
Let's
so
save the
TJ
best for
Tampa.
last.
Yeah, TJ Tampa.
TJ Tampa, man.
God, Dave. Jesus.
Brutal.
He was almost perfect with Brock Bowers.
That's really where your draft went sour, David. It's the second round pick. My God.
You overdrafted 3 times, Dave.
No, it's like every other pick.
Every other pick is a
And the ones
disaster.
that you underdrafted were pretty close, like the Bowers pick.
I don't know.
and,
Like Trevor Keegan was kind of close.
Yeah,
right?
Keegan
Kind
was
of
close. And Bowers was close.
Yeah.
Xavier Thomas was also close. 12 picks.
So, I mean, for those of you that are listening and not looking at the graphics or anything, Dave picked TJ Tampa 45th overall. He ended up going 130th.
So
overall.
that's 3 rounds.
Yeah, but he went to the Ravens, and everybody says the Ravens won the draft. So I think I won this.
Yeah, that's a
Tampa
stretch.
don't.
That's a stretch at best.
Yeah. So let's go to mine.
Let's go to the
this
best one.
Oh my god.
This ought to be good.
Or maybe
This
I'm
is-
trolling.
Maybe. This is bad.
This is not that bad.
Wait, what? Yeah, it's not really that bad. He only 3 picks. I mean, he only got 4 picks, so that's part of the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's
Christian
part of the problem.
Jones, you took at 88. He went 162.
That's bad.
That's bad.
But the other 3 are really good.
Yeah.
Almost. I mean, the Christian Jones pick, that one really surprised me. And like, he was rated as like a 3rd round pick, and he just
Well, that's what I'm saying about
must have
TJ
personal
Tampa.
he must have personal problems.
TJ Tampa was
all I
TJ
know is the
Tampa.
It seems like Ralph has an in with the Cardinals, clearly, because the Cardinals picked 2 guys that Ralph picked. So I don't know
I'm
if
not
he's
gonna lie.
drinking the water out there in Arizona.
Man.
I went pretty much straight PFF chalk.
Yeah.
When I did my draft. So if you have a problem with my draft, you have a problem with PFF.
I mean, the thing is, though, and by the way, if you're not a patron and you're listening to this, you should become a patron, because we have the mock draft channel where Kevin's in there doing mock drafts. We do so many of them, we don't really get that far off the rails. So the drafts are done, Kevin. The draft is done.
Yep.
A poker
Like
chip. By the way, a
hibernating.
poker chip just went flying off the edge of this mug and like all the way down to the
Yeah,
bottom.
the bot is drunk.
There's still some free
I think next week we should add someone to the Saints Happy Hour Hall of Fame. We've got Shreve, we've got Jimmy Graham.
Mhm.
I think we add someone to our wall of fame.
Stanley
Stabler.
Jean-Baptiste.
Final answer.
Stanley Jean-Baptiste.
My vote would be Jim
Galette.
Moore.
Junior
What's the
Galette.
biggest hole the Saints need to fill, Kevin?
Hmm.
And you would like to see, like Mikhail Becton, there was a guy rumored the Saints would sign him. He's a tackle for the Jets. Not a bust, but he's always hurt. Gigantic. He signed with the Eagles 1 year, $5.5 million. So the free agency pickings are slim on the offensive line. They have some other interesting guys at different positions, but offensive line is pretty slim. But what's the biggest hole you would like the Saints to fill in free agency, or just
Your mom.
I mean, tackle or guard.
Got him.
Tackle or guard. That's where I'm going to stay.
see?
Yeah.
I'm going to disagree.
There is no other. No. No, you're not. No, you're not going to disagree. There's no other.
I
answer.
want no, because there's nothing.
No.
There's nothing
No.
worth having. There's no possibility they can.
Doesn't
fill that
matter.
hole.
Doesn't matter.
Justin Simmons from the Broncos, get me
No.
pay out the nose for a safety. Go
No. What?
spend that cap space, Mickey.
What?
Get
No.
yourself a quality free agency. One of them. Don't go Andres Pete.
No. Let's trade. We can trade. But let's trade for an.
Just
When I
the
thought
act.
Ralph couldn't be any dumber, and his
Yeah.
takes couldn't be any more awful.
Yeah. No. Let's. We could trade for somebody on offensive line.
You can't. No.
Why
I
not?
don't think you
Why
can.
can't we? Why not?
I mean,
We kept all of our future assets.
oh God, stop. So, Andrew, what's the biggest hole? What would you like him to do?
I mean, honestly, there's a lot of them. If I'm being honest,
What?
there's so many. There's so many.
Look, Kevin is like, this is an unserious podcast.
Exactly.
No, I mean, look.
Everybody wants to talk
I'm with
about
you,
how
Kevin.
they
I'm
loved
with
this
you, Kevin.
draft.
No, I did like this draft. I did, but when I look at the team, when I look at the roster as a whole, like I would love to add Hunter Renfrow. So I'll start there. Like I'd love to add a receiver that has some chemistry with some existing chemistry with Carr. That would be good. I agree that the offensive line isn't there. Like, we got to add a tackle, like, period, end of story. And whether it's Pete or, Donovan Smith, who's old, God. Or, DJ Humphries, who's old. I don't know.
David
I don't
Bakhtiari and his bad.
Yeah, I don't know who the guy is, but it's like they got to do something. Like, this offensive line, like Penning cannot be trusted. He cannot. So I don't feel good about the offensive line. On the defensive line, like, to me, that's another big hole. Mm-hmm. Because, Chase Young is in the mix. And, I mean, hopefully it works out with the rotation and pass rusher. And that's assuming that, there's no injuries and maybe Peyton Turner can be in the mix. But I don't know. I'd love to see a little bit more competition at defensive tackle. I think linebacker's okay. I think, obviously, corner's great. A lot of people are bringing up safety. I'm less worried about safety. That's probably not the area that I would add. But I'll be honest, the position that I'm most concerned with is running back. And the reason I say that is, like, Kamara's kind of been slightly disappointing for a couple of years now. Jamaal Williams was a complete bust last year. I mean, a complete and utter bust.
Wait, no. He gave us team decision. Don't call him a complete bust.
He was a complete bust. and Kendre Miller, who I really liked, he had moments. He was explosive.
Almost
he was injured pretty much the entire season.
He was, yeah.
So I look at running back, and I'm like, can we get another guy in the mix to compete here?
I tell you what, if only there was a way that the Saints could acquire
young, cheap talent,
a young, inexpensive talent. Maybe the league could like organize something annually, perhaps like in the off season. Maybe during the spring, where they invite a bunch of these. College athletes together to a city. They could congregate there. The fans could come and watch if they wanted. And the teams could, choose them via some sort of predetermined order. And, teams could negotiate and wheel and deal and maybe accumulate or acquire more picks somehow. And, use that to take.
Wait, Kevin, could teams... What if teams didn't want the picks? Could they get rid of them and get higher picks?
It's crazy talk.
Yeah, teams could take some of their picks and give them to a team to get their higher pick. Yeah, Okay. It's like old Western capitalism. There's no money involved. It's just you're trading assets. It's like, here, I'll give you 2 of my chickens and I will get your hog. Okay.
I will say this. People are talking about Jamaal Williams in the chat. Jamaal Williams, the only thing he gave us that was any worth a damn was team decision. That was wonderful. But Dave, did you know Jamaal Williams,
Wait a minute.
He got almost as much guaranteed money as Derrick Henry did this offseason. Like the Saints gave him $8.5 million guaranteed. Jamaal Williams,
Matt Ryan.
I have an issue with this.
Shut up, Ralph.
I play it again.
Deception! Matt Ryan.
Kevin, take a shot with Ralph.
Jesus. All right. I
have alcohol in my house.
60 buckaroo donation. Holy shit, dude.
I don't have alcohol in my house.
What are you, a freaking Puritan? Jesus.
Right.
No, it's just
Thomas, who made that donation?
AJ Rochelle.
So AJ Rochelle, tell me, do you want me to drink the bitter? Do you want me to drink the thing that's worse than Jaeger, or do you want me to drink absinthe?
All right.
Pick. What? You tell me which one I'll drink because you donated so much. I will drink it.
All right. Well, while we wait for that answer,
it's pretty tight at the top for the MVP, the final MVP of the draft season. Wild Fredo,
he wants
$65.
So I'm gonna go get the absinthe, and I'll be back.
Jesus, AJ Rochelle, $60. Your boy
We're
Allen,
going
50.
absinthe. Is that what he's doing?
Yeah. Okay. Now wait a minute. I have a bone to pick with. I have a bone to pick with what Ralph just said, because he said the best thing Jamaal Williams gave us was team decision, but he never did anything else. The whole point of team decision was because Jamaal Williams sacrificed his season to take more of a fullback role and not score touchdowns and
That's
not be
not true.
What do you mean?
What do you mean by a fullback role? He didn't take a fullback role. That's ridiculous.
That was what they said. Like that was why they did this whole thing, was because like
Adam Prentice was the fullback. What are you talking about?
Why did Jamaal Williams not have a touchdown to the end of the season?
Fullbacks get goal line carries. I don't understand this.
I don't know. Do you? Am I taking crazy pills? Do you not remember when they did team decision and Jamaal Williams got the touchdown? And after the game, they were like, they did it. The reason they did it was because Jamaal Williams had to take on a different role. He wasn't playing his usual role. Do you not remember this?
Right, but I don't think that means. I don't think that means he's playing.
I think he got plenty of carries. He just sucked.
No. See, this is the bone. He
averaged like 3 yards a carry
because he was playing a different role. He wasn't playing the role he was signed on to do. And this is the bone I have to pick: is that people like you and Ralph are bagging on him, but that's not fair. You're bagging on him. Like he wasn't good, or he wasn't up to the fan expectations like you and Ralph wanted, because he was asked to do something else, and like that's why they did team decision, because he was such a team player. And now you're shitting on him.
Dude,
there was a reason why they did team.
You're ruining it.
You're way off base here.
What
he had 106 carries last year.
100 carries.
For 306 yards.
Why did they do team decision? Why the fuck did they hand it off to Jamaal Williams to get him a touchdown?
It wasn't because he was good.
No.
Oh my! It was right. It was because
they loved him. Right. But he was terrible.
Sucked. No. This is you guys.
Yes.
Are like this. You guys are whitewashing this.
No one thinks that you're literally the only person on earth that's saying that Jamaal Williams had a good season for the season.
No, I'm not saying he had a good season. I'm saying that he had.
You're right. He didn't. He had an awful season.
I'm pulling up the fucking quotes. Jesus Christ.
Pull up the quotes. Here's what I'll say about Jamaal Williams. He is insanely fun. He has a great personality. He was one of my favorite guys this year. The media loved him. He was hilarious. His teammates love him. Great locker room guy. Like, I will not argue any of those things. He was a great guy to have on the Saints, and he deserves to come back, and let's give him another shot. I'm down with all of that because I love Jamaal Williams. None of this is hating towards him, but like, you cannot look at the season that he had and not say that he sucked. He sucked. And the people that I've talked to have told me that, like, yeah, the zone thing with the Saints, like, he couldn't really do it. It wasn't a good fit for his style at running back. Like, he struggled to read the blocks. He struggled to understand the scheme. And it wasn't a good fit for his running style.
Okay, so that all may be well and true, but I'm talking about what was reported, what came out after they did that. The reason they did the team decision, they were all like, "Yeah, we felt bad because Jamaal Williams was asked to do things that he wasn't expected to do." I don't understand why you guys don't remember this. This was a big fucking thing. That's why they had team decision. There was a reason for team decision.
They had team decision because they wanted to get Jamaal Williams a touchdown because he hadn't scored one all year.
So Dave, is what they asked him to do to run 100 times for 300 yards with no touchdowns? Is that what you're saying? They asked him to put up that fucking dog shit stat line? That's what they asked him to do? Is that what you're implying?
Oh my God! No, I gotta look this up.
Do you think the Saints wanted this stat line? They were like, you know what?
No,
we're gonna ask you to put up trash stats. We're gonna ask you to nuke all your fantasy owners. That's what we want you to do.
Yeah, I gotta drink this Oregon Spirit Absinthe Original. Yeah, I think
absence.
You are wow.
Good luck.
This performance by you, Ralph, is better than Jamaal Williams this season.
Yeah, I got the bucket right here, just in case. All right, here we go.
Ooh. You know, Nola Fredo, stop trying to defend.
Yeah, no. What is Nola Fredo saying? I'm going to get a drink.
Ralph.
And there's other people in the chat also.
Ralph's dying. Oh, Ralph.
Oh my God,
Ralph's in trouble, guys.
What did you do, guys?
You know, Ralph is making these motions and grabbing his head like he just chugged an icy.
That was the hardest shot I've ever done since we did this gimmick of.
Oh, damn, really?
Yeah.
No way.
Are you gonna make it to work tomorrow?
What was it? Give me the number.
10. It came back up, and
You didn't puke. It's a 9.
I forced it back down.
It's a 9.
We're lenient on that. Let's give him a 10, man. Let's give him a round of applause, guys.
Man.
Taken like a champ.
Still a stronger performance than Jamaal Williams did all year.
I gotta say, peanut butter whiskey, absinthe, and moonshine banana.
Banana pudding.
combo?
That is a awful trifecta. That is as disgusting of a combo as you've ever done on the show.
Washing it down with Kirkland's vodka and lemonade.
Wow.
It's my greatest achievement, or what am I doing with my life?
You guys aren't going to believe this, but Dave remains quiet because he continues to search for shit that he can't find.
No. What did Nola Fredo say? Yeah.
Try to get saved by Nola Fredo. That's a great strategy.
So I just want to remind people we're gonna raffle off the Deuce McCallister jersey that Vince in Maine sent us. It's signed.
You better do that quick before Dave has to talk again.
Yeah. No, we're doing that.
Save him from himself.
We're doing that at the end of the show. Thomas, hit take at the top so we can do.
Look at Dave buried in his phone.
It's like he's buried in his phone.
He's trying to save face here.
He's buried in his phone looking for things that aren't there. I'm buried in my phone on dating apps, also looking for things that aren't there.
I can smell colors. Thomas, take it to the top so I can give the people finger guns.
Kevin, AJ Rochelle tells you to swipe right 10 times.
Thank God we're not doing a mailbag tonight, because
Swipe right on Jamaal Williams.
All right, let me play the music.
I just want to tell the people, if you're a new listener to the podcast, which we have a lot of new listeners, draft time, they find us. We've been having record numbers. It's great. Thank you for supporting the show. We played Take It to the Top. It's an incredible 80s hit from Saints Hall of Famer Morton Anderson. That's him and Brian Hansen singing. Thomas,
Jamaal Williams might have had a better season if he sung a song.
He might have.
Just saying.
Do they have Pokemon songs?
Yeah, of course. The Pokemon theme.
Yeah.
Gotta catch them all.
Many themes. Many openings. By the way, guys, let me remind you, make sure to stay until the end of this episode. We're gonna give away the jersey at the end.
That's right.
To one lucky MVP winner. Okay, first question from Nole Fredo, who's in the chat right now. He asks, with our QB room now having 5 players, what sadistic games would you devise to eliminate the worst 2?
I don't really understand this question. Sadistic games?
Final answer.
Saw.
Squid Games. Final answer.
Yeah.
That's Squid Games?
I would recommend a various series of
maybe chugging beer.
Of academic and athletic games, much like the end of Billy Madison.
Chugging drinks.
Can we just cut Kellen Mond like immediately? Like, forget the sadistic games. Can we just cut Kellen Mond like now?
Or you could do Wordle.
Excuse me?
Wordle. You could do Wordle.
Why would we do Wordle?
To eliminate them. You could do it live. You could do it live.
I don't understand the joke.
What games? Sadistic. I hate Wordle.
So you want them to play Wordle against each other?
Yeah, I hate Wordle.
So whoever can spell the best gets eliminated?
No, if you don't.
Wordle is not spelling.
Wordle's like guessing the word. Andrew, I'm drunk. Let's just move it along.
Aldi Marino has the quote from Sports Illustrated. Winston said he apologized to Allen for not running the play he was told to run, but that he and his teammates wanted to honor Williams for the selfless contributions he's made to the team this season.
Yeah, like I said, he's a good dude. He's
a good dude. About him being a fullback. We all said that.
I know.
We said that.
The fullback
he's a good guy. He's a good guy. He didn't have a touchdown. They wanted to get the guy a touchdown. You're throwing in there.
I wanted a touchdown
out of place. He was, he was running water to him. He would take him to the blue tent when they needed him. He was driving the golf cart at the facility.
Right. So why are you shitting on him?
He was changing Miss Gale's oil. Like what are we doing here? We're not. I'm not shitting on him.
Well,
it's just the guy underperformed.
I'm going to take you back to the comment I made, which was that I would love to get another running back because I don't trust Jamaal Williams to perform. That's where that was the genesis of this whole deal.
And Dave is ride or die for Jamaal Williams in a way that
Dave has this weird veteran running back fetish.
He does.
It manifests itself time and time again. There was Ingram, there was Latavius Murray, now it's Jamaal. It's out of control. Dave is so predictable. Dave, give him a veteran running back that's, scored a couple tutties for another team, gained a couple of yards, and Dave will defend him to the end.
Dave, do you go to maturerunningbacks.com and hang out? I mean, it's just...
That's his dating app.
It's a safe space. Thomas, what's next?
All right, next question. Next question
Mature
from the...
scatbacks.
Next question from the MVP from last week, Saints Rabbit. He asks, which intrigues you more, the 2024 Saints season potential or the 2024 Falcons potential implosion?
Oh, that's a great question.
The latter, easily.
I don't think they're going to implode. I mean, they have Kirk Cousins. If he's healthy, I think they've got a chance.
You like that?
I still maintain that this division.
I don't even know if I hate the Penix. I might be coming around on the Penix kick.
You've all lost your goddamn minds. You've clearly lost your mind. Andrew over here.
Who are you pointing to?
Andrew over here talking about oh man, they've got a lot of holes to fill. I mean, they basically agreeing with me without actually agreeing with me.
Hard.
That's what all this was about last week with me losing my goddamn mind. Mickey Loomis had an opportunity to try and address the problems on this football team, and here's Mickey. Here's Mickey after drafting Flaga. Here's Mickey Loomis.
Interception. That's Ryan.
Anyone make the noise? That's Mickey Loomis after drafting Flaga, just making fart noises.
The Jamaal Williams rumors, and Mickey will say it's made up.
That's right. Shut your mouth, Dave.
Damn, your boy Allen, I think, becoming the new MVP leader. Yeah, that's right. Holy
Does
shit.
Ralph need to do another shot?
No, man. We appreciate the $300, but this guy's liver can't take this shit.
We have no
He
shame,
really
Kevin.
can't.
Don't tell me what my liver can do.
We'll keep going.
Come on, Kevin.
Defend Ralph.
We've had this discussion before, and it always lands on Ralph just drinks. Yeah.
We've got it on tape.
Guy's 46 years old, and he's got Johnny Carson's liver.
He signed a waiver. Come on. He signed a waiver.
I'm not 46. I'm 48. So, just so you know. Thomas, what's next?
Yeah, hold on.
How much do we have to go?
Your boy Allen goes, how much for Ralph to drink water?
$400.
Oh, that's so good.
That's
so good. Like, that's the full.
That's the $30 tier.
Oh, interception! Matt Ryan!
I'm gonna drink another shot.
AJ Rochelle 28 to 3. Damn.
For two reasons.
New MVP AJ Rochelle. By the way, damn, it's pretty hot at the top.
For two reasons. One, I love the patrons, and two, Kevin's not the boss of me, so I'm gonna go get another shot. And y'all answer the next question.
Almost 50 for Ralph to drink some water.
I think we should
by
make
the way.
him pay the. We're at $346. If we get another $54,
I mean, if we get another $54, I think Ralph should just implode.
Drink water.
I think. Can you imagine? You know what a tier is that Dave admits he's wrong.
No.
And like I would probably pay $500 for that.
That's gotta be the tier where that money actually goes into my bank account.
No.
Wait, are we on trivia? What are we doing?
No, there's no trivia.
Question. But we got
what's the
interrupted.
question?
Let me bring it up. Last question of the show, by the way.
Did you just say we interrupted? That's never happened.
And it's Ralph's question.
We got interrupted by the donation.
He's too busy dying.
Oh no, we interrupted Kevin. Kevin was in the middle of a rant.
No, I'm done.
Oh yeah,
I'm done.
were. Oh yeah, man, they ruined it. They ruined the rant.
You ruined it for me.
All right, read the question, Thomas.
Aldi Marino asks, "Give me the Golden Girls NFL positions and RAS. Is there an equivalent player in the Saints roster for each?"
All right, this is right in your wheelhouse, Kevin.
I mean, it's more Ralph's. So let's see. So the Golden Girls.
And you got all right. Betty White is a 9.8.
Yeah.
Right?
What are we? Well, first of all, I was gonna say Blanche is the center because she's always just bent over and taking it. She was always the frisky. Well, she was the frisky one. She always had a different man.
Right, but
She was bendy. She was bendy.
Yeah,
But wouldn't she be the diva? Wouldn't she be the diva wide receiver?
Well, no. See, I'm thinking B. Arthur's the wide receiver. She was tall.
Oh, okay. So B. Arthur not afraid to go over the middle.
Right.
Then
Okay,
White
fine,
Fredo
okay.
with another donation, 28 to 3.
Ralph,
Okay, so fine.
make sure when you barf that we all get to see it.
B. Arthur.
We hear it.
It's tall.
Okay, so fine. Fine. B. Arthur is your wide receiver.
Yeah.
Rue McClanahan, aka Blanche, she's the center.
Yeah.
Betty White.
Quarterback, I guess. She's a star.
Mm-hmm. She's got high raz.
Facilitator? Do you think she's like a star running back, maybe?
No, I think she's like the left tackle. I think she's like the player you got to. She's the Joe Alt or the Fuaga.
You got to take. I'm doing a Jack Daniels shot.
All right, well, hang on a minute, man. We're answering this question because
No. Go ahead, Ralph.
Okay, so
let us stop
Estelle Getty. What would Estelle Getty be?
Like Sproles.
Estelle Getty is Sproles. There you go. The special teams running back.
Yeah.
Kristen Champagne likes Estelle Getty as the veteran running back. So maybe
there we go.
Estelle Getty is who Dave has a fetish for.
That's right.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. Take it, Ralph. Take it.
I'll say this about the Golden Girls: it still slaps. It's still funny as hell.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Totally. Thank you for being a friend. Traveling down the road and back
Ralph
again.
just took that to the face again.
My heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant.
You know, Ralph. So we're at 374.
Party.
Ralph, we're at 374, almost 375. We're $25 away from 400.
Another $25.
I feel like we should do something special for this crew if we get to 400.
Like what?
I don't know.
Take another shot.
I'll do another shot. Yeah.
I don't know.
Sink, take it to the top. Sink, take it to the top.
I'm so. This is I think this is the drunkest I've ever been.
So, your boy Alan said one day, we're going to be the Golden Girls.
What do you mean one day?
The Golden Boys.
Picture it. Sicily.
By the way,
Actually, there you go. That's the question. Who is who?
I would say I'm probably Betty White.
Yeah.
Like
You're
just
from St.
confused.
Olaf.
So I'm confused.
All right, should we give away this Deuce jersey, or do we have more?
Definitely not
Thomas, do we have more questions?
No,
Andrew is B Arthur. I'm Root. Well, no. Me or Kevin is still Getty. And then no. Kevin is Rue McClanahan. He's single and dating. He's the one who's out there on the. I'm a still Getty
on the scene. Yeah,
that's right. There you go.
There you go. So we got to give away this jersey, Thomas.
Oh, deception!
Oh my God!
That's right.
$403.
Get to 400.
Then Wilfredo extending his MVP lead.
Guys,
Terrible.
This
Terrible.
is unreal.
This is unreal.
This is the most we've ever had. Hey, does this break a record?
$55.
No, this is not the record. No.
What's the record?
Well, you weren't there, remember?
I would have to look it up. I think it's
It was
more
like
than
700.
700. More than 700.
Okay.
Wow. All right. I'm gonna
Shout out to Cajun Sands.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. What do you want? Do you want me to do hard hide strawberry whiskey?
Or water.
Jack Daniels. Or do you want me to do Kirkland vodka?
Or water.
Or water.
Give them a choice of water. Come on, man.
Vodka. I've never seen you drink anything clear.
I think the leader should decide. Whoever has donated the most.
Wild Fredo in the chat. Wild Fredo.
I think vodka because it's different than everything else, and it's like you're not
whatever
used to
Kevin
it.
tells you not to do.
That might be what's makes you.
Well, Kevin's been saying water, so don't do that.
So I'm not doing that. I won't drink water. All right, I'm gonna fill the Malta boot. I'm gonna do. You know what? I don't. The Kirkland vodka. I don't know if I have any more because I used the last of it on the drink that I have. I might have to be Jack Daniel.
All right, go do that.
All right.
You know what? In the meantime, let me announce the MVP results. And let's not prolong the show, guys. Thanks to everyone who donated 400 buckaroos, and we are on a 39-week streak. Damn, crazy shit. So many different donators. It was, I think, the closest MVP race to date. We have a very close race at the top. All right. Thanks to TigerJet21, to your boy Alan, to Who That Golfer, to Andrew's dad, to Andrew himself, to Wendell Cavalier, to your boy Alan, to AJ Rochelle, and to the MVP. Watching us for the first time live and for the first time ever. Who is the one and only Wild Fredo! Congratulations!
Wow.
Please, guys, stay with us. We're gonna have a giveaway of a Deuce t-shirt. Deuce t-shirt. Wait, let me.
All right, Ralph.
$403.10 is the final
Ralph.
tally.
So you're taking a shot, and then we're donating this Deuce McCallister jersey, right? Is that what's happening?
Giving away. This Deuce McCallister jersey.
Fans, you're amazing.
But first, let's look over the.
Deception!
Jesus Christ!
That's Ryan.
I didn't hear the fat lady sing.
Damn, AJ Rochelle after. Jesus Christ. Crazy shit. 28-3. 28-3.
I love how
You guys are awesome.
We're just like, it's just a draft recap show. It's fine. It won't get wild. And then it's off the rails. And I've got 1, 2, 3 empty bottles plus 2 shots out the Malta boot.
Please don't die, Rolf.
Thomas, if I die, I'm going to leave 20% of my empire to you. I'll ship it to Poland.
He's going to ship his empire. To Poland.
Ralph's Empire.
It fits in
The
about
sun
in one
never
box.
sets. The sun never sets on the Polish Empire. The sun never sets on the
Held.
Empire.
Ralph, how we doing? You hanging in there?
Terrible. I got a 5:30 a.m. wake up call.
All right, stop donating,
sociopath.
people. Please stop donating.
Absolute sociopath.
I never thought I would say this, but please stop donating.
What do you have to do tomorrow morning? What's that 5:30?
I have a work conference that I have to go to.
Where is it? Like you're flying?
No, like I'm driving.
What a fucking idiot!
Jesus, Ralph. Maybe all
He's
the
getting
cab or Uber.
absolutely fucking blasted before a work conference.
I'm not like I'm. It's not like I'm
On camera
speaking at-
with evidence, man. With evidence.
It's not like I'm speaking at the conference, please.
Oh my
Well, you're barely speaking now.
But thank you.
All right, let's give away
let's
this.
Let's go
Deuce
over every
jersey, right?
MVP, every MVP of the season, of the draft season, guys.
Oh, I'm in the
who
mix.
does-
I won in week
mix.
4. Look at that.
You won once. Cajun Sands donated the most one week
Sands.
with 300 buckaroos. Of course, it's not updated with White Fredo from tonight, but he still counts, I think. White Fredo's donation was the third highest of all draft season.
I hope White Fredo is Dave's mom.
I wish it's definitely not. I wish that I was wealthy enough to just blow $300 on some shitty podcast.
So who?
No. Cajun Sands gets high quality value for every dollar that he has donated. Do not denigrate the podcast. We appreciate every dollar, and we got to keep Thomas employed. How do you think this whiteboard is free, Dave? You think Kevin's ring light is free? No, they support the show. They love the show. Don't denigrate the donations. I can't.
So
feel
we have
my
a
lips.
so we
I'm
have
not
a tie at
denigrating the
top.
donations. I'm denigrating the podcast. I love the donations.
All right, keep
With
going.
Fredo
Thomas.
says, "Sorry to disappoint. I'm not Dave's mom" in the chat. So this
don't
is the
believe
first
you.
time. This is the first time we have a tie for the who won the most MVPs with Hatchet John and Saints Rabbit both 4 times. Who that go for close second 3 times. Cajun
Thank you,
Sands
guys.
1 time. Andrew 1 time. Jason Chapin 1 MVP. Your boy Allen Monedula and tonight White Fredo also 1 time. And let's go to the
wheel.
the wheel of doom. Let me switch the graphic with Ralph's face in the middle.
Oh
Can
my
I
God.
spin? Are you guys ready? Who's gonna win
Ready.
the Deuce jersey? Let's go.
Come on, Andrew.
We didn't say the winner has to pay for shipping and handling.
Oh, no!
I just won the
No.
Deuce jersey.
If it's Andrew, no,
Spin that shit
we're
again.
spinning again. We're spinning.
I won.
Remove him.
No,
again.
no, I won. I fucking donated. It's only
Fuck
fair.
No, it's
What are you gonna do with
no.
that jersey?
Spin it again.
People are
Fucking
gonna say
assholes.
it's rigged. People are gonna say it's
Fuck
rigged.
you, Andre George.
Let's spin it again.
So I just won, and you're pulling it. You're giving it to someone else.
Correct.
yeah,
doing
this
a
is a
recount.
democracy.
We're doing a recount. Spin it again.
Who that go for? Congratulations.
Disgusting.
I would say for the future, for the next time we do one of these, we should space the names out. So it's not like,
Oh.
oh, okay, let's see.
It's,
What is this one?
it's automatically generated, man. Come on, Kevin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so now we are rolling.
You think
Wait,
Thomas
wait.
is handcrafting?
Thomas,
the wheel?
do you want to go ahead and take me out since I won the last one, so we make sure I don't win again?
No, this is a different one. This is the
But do you
one
want to
for-
take my name out so we make sure that I don't win, since clearly I'm not eligible?
No.
Why does my face?
Don't know what
I
to
look
do.
like I look like I murdered a family. In
I'm
Yes,
pretty
Ralph,
sure.
yes,
I'm pretty
yes,
sure
you
you
do.
did. I'm pretty sure
Well,
you did.
you just don't remember it. So this is the one for 3 months of our Patreon, right, Ralph?
It was after a podcast where you did 5 shots.
2 months free for a patron.
Let's do it.
I won that Deuce jersey, you
anyone
assholes.
who donated any amount. You should argue with who that go for that one.
Run amok.
Run amok 5-4. Oh, 5-4.
504. That's only the area code of New Orleans, Thomas. If you were from New Orleans, you would know that. 504 needs to roll off the tongue, Thomas. You need to learn that number.
Run amok, DM me in Patreon, and I will get you 2 months free of Patreon. It's a great deal. Great deal.
Ralph looks.
Well, congratulations, Run Amok. You actually won the wheel competition, and you don't have to give your victory away to the next winner. So,
Dave, I have a question.
That must feel amazing.
Dave, I have a question. Am I drunker now than when we raised $700? I feel like I might. I'm pretty drunk.
It's pretty close. I'm getting the same vibes. That's for sure. Are we doing
I'm getting real boss baby vibes here.
We're not doing a mailbag. Thomas joke. We have a mailbag in the chamber where we did the wife draft, so people will get that.
Wait, was I on that?
Yeah.
Wait, we drafted our wives?
No, we drafted like
God, I was nervous.
We drafted celebrity wives.
Imagine Dave drafted Ralph's wife.
I don't remember any of it. Who did I take?
What the hell?
This sounds horrible. This sounds like this could go really bad for me.
I don't remember this.
If y'all donate $500, we'll do a wives podcast where they all come on and they'll just bitch for an hour about how they hate this podcast so much.
And us. Yeah.
That $100 is going to have to go to our wives to get
it'll be their wives, and
Ellie has to drink absinthe.
Sally, when I
takes
did
Dave's wife with the first pick.
Funny story before we got out of here. I was pouring the last shot, and I was like, I got to do another shot. And she said, I don't fucking care what you're doing. The Astros blew an 8-3 lead. And as I was walking back, they hit a home run and won. And you'd have thought they won the World Series. They moved to 10-19 on the season.
Guys.
And she still doesn't care what you drink.
She doesn't really at all.
Someone makes a good point here. If we have a wives podcast, I think Wildfredo asked this. If we have a wives podcast, who is sitting in for Kevin?
Kevin, where's the wig? We've talked about this.
Yeah, me. I put a wig on, and I'm just chatting it up.
Chatting up with
our wives.
With the gals.
Yeah.
Kevin's Irish wife.
So you can't re-invite the girl that broke into your apartment and have her do the show for you?
Be a lot of rattling here in front of the camera.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of quick movement.
It's gonna be hard for her to stay in one place.
So, thanks everybody.
Ralph Oppenheimer says, make sure you drink some Ensure and Metamucil before bed.
I drink Metamucil every day. I'm 48. Oppenheimer.
And give us an update in the morning, Ralph.
Wait, is that true? Do you really take Metamucil every day?
I'm 48, Dave. Yes, I do. Like, what do you think, man?
Ralph's arm may be irregular, but he's not.
That's right. That's right, Kevin. It's right, Jesus. Man. Metamucil, we'd love to have you as a sponsor.
This podcast was brought to you by Depends.
This podcast was brought to you by
All Timer.
Pants.
Thomas, is it too late to add this to the entry? It is. I had to turn the entry in last week. We could. If this would have been like a month earlier, we would guarantee.
What?
I mean, we can.
I want to hear what we're entering.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna post it. I'll post it for the patrons this week. Thomas,
will you email that or text that to us?
How do you want to include an entry from this year for last year? Come on, Ralph. Come on, man.
Say. So we're going.
We don't cheat. We are honest.
Whatever it takes to get a 3P, Thomas. If it takes criminal actions, we'll do it. Thanks to listening.
Yeah, we're going for a dynasty.
And supporting.
We'll spend some of the money on
Hour.
judges, That's what we were going to do.
Please go to saintshappyhour.com, become a patron, support the show. We can't do it without you guys. support. We love everybody that supports the show, especially tonight. It's a freaking $400. That's amazing. Get in the Discord. By the way, I want to tell patrons, get in the Discord. There's like 60 of you guys that aren't in the Discord. Our Discord was freaking amazing draft weekend. You missed out. You
Almost midnight for Juge.
Yeah. So thanks to Dave, Andrew, Kevin, and Thomas, the best producer on earth, running the show back in Poland. Woo! I'm hammered. Remember, kids, if you're going to support a Saints podcast, you ought to support the one that the host will drink recklessly for your amusement. And until next time, the bar is closed.
Wow, he's shit-faced.
Bye.
Ralph is shit-faced.